All right, man. So I'm back, man. So yeah, I'm gonna hop back in, um, and then Lord willing, close this out. Um, but let's see what we got here. Uh, so yeah, just looking at different provinces and things like that. So like yeah, of this virus, man, it's just fucking people up. But anyway, um, yeah, man. So coronavirus death toll keeps climbing, and it's not really much to be said with that, man. See what I'm saying? It's gonna keep skyrocketing and getting worse and worse and worse, man. But yeah, let me hop back into the scriptures real quick. So yeah, as like I said, man, it's a time where it's a great pestilence, man. And then let's get to the origins of this virus, man. And then I'm gonna hop into the scriptures because they going to fuck off, man. Let's just get this, man. It says Jeremiah 42 and verse 16. It says, then it shall come to pass that the sword which ye feared shall overtake you in the land of Egypt, and the famine whereof ye were afraid shall follow close after you there in Egypt, man. And there ye shall die, man. And I just read that just because that's a lot of what's gonna be happening, man. It says, because right now we're in what? Egypt, spiritual Egypt, man. It says, so shall it be with all the men that set their faces to go in Egypt, man, to sojourn there, man. See what I'm saying? So, and not just our people, everybody, man. They're gonna be taken and swallowed up by the pestilence and the sword and things like that because they chose to hold hand in hand, man, with the harlot, man. See what I'm saying? So, just a part of what comes with it, man. It says basically you put your rod into a harlot, you get what do you get, man? You can't be surprised when you get burnt, man. See what I'm saying? And it says they shall die by the sword, man, by the famine, and by the pestilence, man. And none of them shall remain or escape from the evil that I will bring upon them, man. So the Lord's gonna bring it upon them, man. The Lord's gonna bring it upon this place, man. They said, Lord willing, I'll be exempt, and you be exempt, and these brothers be exempt, man. But the Lord is gonna bring it, man. It says, for thus saith the Lord, He's gonna do it to empty out and to scatter, man. It says, for the Lord of hosts, the God of Yasharallah, it says, as mine anger and my fury have been poured forth upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem. It says, so shall my fury be poured forth upon you, man. It says, when ye shall enter into Egypt, and ye shall be in I can't say that, execration and an astonishment and a curse and a reproach, and you shall see this place no more, man. See what I'm saying? That's what happened to us, man. We got scattered and we got sent to Egypt and we became astonishment and a curse and a reproach, man. See what I'm saying? And at this time, with just to prove a point, man, the Lord, he'll send pestilence, man. See what I'm saying? He'll send pestilence to prove a point and to make something very, very clear, man. And that's what he's doing now, man. See what I'm saying? And it's because people are going off too, man. So let me get this, man. Let's see. And this is I'm just getting this because it's da 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 da. Salakia, man. That's a beautiful point, but I'm gonna get this right here. It says Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. It says, behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke. Salakia. It says, oh man, it turned. It says, in his rebuke. I went all the way back up to the top. Salakia, give me 1 second. It says, fire like a whirlwind in his rebuke. Actually, maybe that was the point. Heaven is my throne, earth is my footstool. We're in a house to me. Wait, this place where I rest. So I'll get that point too. It says, verse 15, Salakia. It says, For behold, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. So yeah, man, blood to the horse's bridle type stuff talking about, man. It says, and they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh and the abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord, man. See what I'm saying? And what are they doing, man? They're saying that this coronavirus, just like the SARS virus, is linked to bats, man. And bats are basically fucking mice with wings, man. Actually, let me check that. Let me see if bats are related to mice, man. Because I might be on something, man. Let's see. Let's see if bats are related to mice. Well, anyway, it says they're not. It says this is Esau's fucking second only to the rodent or number of species of bats that rose. That's where they would make up about half of all mammal species. So anyway, these things look like flying rats to me. I don't give a fuck what Esau said. So let me get back to the scripture. It says, so yeah, the swine's flesh and the mice shall be consumed together, man. But anyway, they're eating these abominations, man. They're gonna be consumed because of it, man. That's the point, man. See what I'm saying? And that's what's happening now, man. So they're saying that, and just the reason why I brought that up was because of this, man. It's because the coronavirus outbreak likely began with bats. It says an omen for the next epidemic, man. See what I'm saying? It says because out there in fucking China, they're eating bat soup, man. Just weird shit, man. It says somewhere in China, perhaps in the southern Yunnan province, there is a cave that may hold the mysterious origins of the deadly coronavirus that infected thousands, cut off millions of Chinese from their jobs and families, and wreaked havoc in global financial markets, which is another good point, man. See, this issue or this virus is not just causing problems with death. It's causing problems with people not being able to go home, with money, with trades, and things like that, man. It's designed that way, man. It's just everybody's being separated, man, just so that they can be taken down, man. But it says disease Peter, whatever the fuck his name is, it says a disease ecologist and non-profit EcoHealth Alliance. It says would know he and his team suited up and ventured to the caves, China. So basically, the saying is linked to a bat, man. Let me keep going down. It says so let me skip down. I kind of highlight it here. So it says total confirmed cases have exploded in recent days, almost 17,400 Monday. So that was on Monday, and what is it now? Today is Monday actually still, and it's at 20,000 now. So it went up by 3,000, man. So that should tell you that, man. So it says with more than 360 deaths, so it's at 430 now. It says some disease modeling experts project there are likely 75,000 or more actual cases, man. So yeah, man. So which is more than likely true, man, because all these people in these provinces are too poor to actually get healthcare, man, and they're cutting them off from these facilities, man. See what I'm saying? They can't even leave or go places. So how are they going to travel to these hospitals, man? So these are very densely populated areas. So the cases are probably actually like in the hundreds of thousands or even the millions, man. It says as accurate accounts from overwhelming parts of China are impossible to come by, man. So yeah, man. So it says down here, it says I have 90% confidence it is a bat-borne virus, because fucking the SARS was a bat-borne virus, and they told them not to eat the bats anymore because it was causing the virus to spread, and they did it anyway, man. And then you have these snakes eating these bats, and they're eating the snakes too, and all the snakes got it, man. It says whose heads the emerging infectious disease program at Duke National University of Singapore Medical School. He has been studying bat origins of human viruses for decades and works with groups of researchers, sometimes dubbed the Bat Pack. So yeah, this is what they do. All they do is bat shit, man. It says the CDC has said it is preparing for the disease to spread more widely in the U.S. and doesn't expect to stop all cases at the border, man. So yeah, man, they're gonna start quarantining people, separating them. This is just an example of how easily they can do it, man. How easily they can get you in a concentration camp, or in some way to keep you from being able to go into the city or leave your house, because they're doing it in China right now, man. And they're gonna use that as an example, or as a cutout for what they have to do here, man. You know what I'm saying? And it says a Nature study found that the new coronavirus is a distant cousin of SARS, man, sharing almost 80% of its genetic sequence. So that's not distant at all, man. It says severe acute respiratory syndrome, man. It's another word for it, man. So that killed 800 people, which isn't that much, man. But it said it also hijacks the same receptor or lung cells that SARS used to, so it asphyxiates you, man. So yeah, man. Oh man, so yeah, man. So because they're out there eating bat soup, man, now they got to deal with that, and they're giving it to everybody else, man. See what I'm saying? But I'm gonna read this back, and I'm gonna just close it out. It says, Isaiah 66 and verse 17, it says, "They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst eating swine's flesh, and the abomination in the mouth shall be consumed together, saith the Lord," man. See what I'm saying? These diseases are being born from these animals, man, from pigs and bats and maybe deer soon too, man. See what I'm saying? And hey, man, it's all because they weren't listening to the Most High, man. But that's just what it is, man. So I'm gonna leave it at that, though, and I'll probably come back a little bit later to get some more in. But it says I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. But with that, I'm gonna say shalom, y'all. Stay in the spirit.